What's good, everybody? Hey, Zoetic Promotions live tonight. Was still doing tonight, man.
How y'all doing? I'm good. I'm good. Thanks for having me on.
Hey, no problem. While we kind of wait for everybody to get on these views, I just want to play one of your songs so that we can share this right away on our pages. And we're not gonna have we're gonna have a good time, but we're not gonna have viewers for a second. So I'm gonna play Power Trip, which was on the promo, and you guys get up on this live, get in the questions in the comments. I'll tell you about what's going down with this interview in a minute.
Cool.
Let's go. I love the song so much, man.
It's
my fave.
Drop a couple hits trying to make us all a meal. It ain't nothing but a dream. I've been living that loose shit. Turn them all off, get loud, get stupid.
Sure.
My game on point, shit might get ruthless. Promise it's a bad cause you I really do. I ain't sipping this luggage, this packed with designer. In love with the finer, her ass on my mind. But hey, type of thugger, my watch perfect time. Shoes on my neck and you might just go blind. I've been riding with myself, well, really not. Really, pistol on my side, it's a must not. Maybe shoot it at your head if you try to get silly. Hit the gas on the ass, make that car pop a willy. You can tell right away if they really ride with me. Me the J, keep it lit in my city. Shout out to the squad, they gon' keep it 150. Your bar when we all know they all say. I've been talking on the CLA, dropping back on my feet. Rockin' VVS, you know I'm legit. Hot in fashion, this is luxury.
All right, everybody.
She living lavishly. Yeah, she dripping like it's water, pocket full of cash. Pistol with me, I'ma make a splash. Send me out there when we speak, you bitch me mobbing in the streets, no bitch, I'm living fast. Shit, I don't accept defeat, I got a million on my mind, ain't no time for stress. That's running my veins, I am truly blessed. You don't know my back, I look fresh to death. Little thotty on my side, and she sexy trash. I'm climbing to the top, this shit Mount Everest. My heart is fucking frozen, so my neck and bridge. From the stage to the studio, I'm putting in that time. Living life, lavish with a million on my mind. I've been riding with myself, well, really not. Really, pistol on my side, it's a must not. Really, shoot it at your head if you try to get silly. Hit the gas on the ass, make that car pop a willy.
That's it. Woo. It starts over. Well, okay. I love that song. You want to know why? It's just so slick with that track too, and you're just, dude, the flow that you created with it is just fly. It's just like, woo, you just want to fucking dance. And at your show, I was dancing to that one big time.
Yeah. I appreciate it. Thank you.
Hey, no problem.
It makes it so much better for me on stage when there's people dancing and having a good time. It's incredible. I love it. Makes it that much better.
Yeah, the energy at the Cody Mansion show was insanely perfect. And man, your DJ skills are on fire. Like, is this something you do all the time?
Yeah, I try to do it all the time. Like I got a show Saturday where I'm DJing, and I DJ for Hard in the Paint basketball whenever they give me an opportunity to DJ for them. Multiple different events all over Salt Lake City. Just whenever there's an opportunity to DJ, I try to hop on it as fast as I can. I got a tour coming up that I'm DJing in January. I'm doing the Ogden part of the tour and the Salt Lake part of the tour. That's going to be incredible as well. So it's anywhere from 5 to 15 artists every show. And it's just learning how to manage different audio files and put it through a program and keep it, you know what I'm saying, on point and energy elevated. Salt Lake City, just whenever there's an opportunity to DJ, I try to hop on.
Is that was me? Sorry.
No, you good.
I'm sharing.
Cool.
So you get a lot of opportunities DJing then?
Yeah. And I love it. I'm so grateful for the people who put the events together. You know what I mean? Without them, I couldn't be a part of it. You know what I'm saying? So anytime there's an opportunity or anytime somebody asks me to DJ, I try to hop all over it. I love DJing for sure.
Hell yeah. And I remember I did a promo for Power Trip not too long ago. It was before the 3rd, correct?
Yeah.
And it dropped on the 3rd of November. And damn, man. I remember you telling me a little bit, and I want to ask you more about this. You're going to school?
Yep. Berkeley College of Music.
Hell yeah. I'm having a hard time hearing you. I don't know if everybody else is. do you want to try and do the headphones a little bit? I'm just
Yes.
struggling slightly, and I apologize. Maybe if we can try that a little bit. I'm happy to see everybody hopping on here. I'm not seeing how many viewers I have at the moment, but hop on the comments, everybody. I would love to hear from you. And Still Undefeated would love to get some questions from you tonight. And welcome to Zoetic Promotions, everybody. We started a couple minutes late, so hope that didn't throw any of you guys off. I know you're anticipating. While he is getting his
Can you hear
stuff
me in this one?
together,
Cool. All right. There we go. Is that better?
a little better, yeah. Maybe if you could put it a little closer. I don't know why it's a little bit weak, but
Cool. Can you hear me?
I don't know if it's on my end. Yeah, that's way dope. That's dope. That's
Okay,
better.
cool. Yeah, for sure. Here we go. All
Yeah,
right.
I have two mics going on.
Cool. Let's go.
How's that sound?
It sounds good on your end. This is my studio mic, so I'm excited we get these for podcasting.
I hear you a lot better. I think it might have been my other mic that was going through the channel.
Cool.
It was my first time trying it. I
can turn it up too if you need me to turn it up, or can you hear me well?
Yeah, turn it up just a little more.
Let's see.
Just slightly.
How's that?
Oh, hell yeah. Hell yeah, that's going to make the interview so much better. Thank you.
Yeah.
So Salt Lake City. Are you from Utah then?
Yeah. I was born in Provo. Yeah, I'm from Utah for sure. Utah.
Hell yeah.
Whatever you say. Utah for sure.
Do you get like a lot of weird ass reactions when people are like, "You're from Utah and you're that good"? Do they say that shit?
No, I mean, I guess people just kind of like, no, they don't ever really say anything about being from Utah. It's never been something like that's a good insight though for sure. But no one's ever said anything like that. Most of the time I get, it's nothing to do with hip hop. It always has something to do with like the religious idea of Utah. But
yeah,
with hip hop, no, not nothing with hip hop. No, surprisingly enough.
And hip hop.
I appreciate that. Thank you.
Yeah, and how many years have you been doing this then?
Oh man, so like hip hop took control of my life when I was like 13. Like I got my very first CD. It was the Fuji CD, and I popped the Fuji CD, and I was listening to it on the radio all the time. And I was like, yo, I love this type of music. Like I love hip hop with my whole soul. And then I convinced my parents to give me the Fuji CD, and I listened to Fuji CD, like my favorite 3 tracks on there forever. And I started like spitting freestyles and like creating music when I was like 15, 16.
Damn.
We used to go play basketball, and then in between games, it'd be like people would show up, and there'd be like people would make teams of 5, and then the people who would win would stay on the basketball court, and if you would lose, then the next team would go on, and the team that lost would have to go off the court. So if we ever lost, we get off the court, and then we just go kick freestyles or like spit raps or back and forth or whatnot. So I've been really interested in hip hop since I was like real young, 15, 14.
So
13.
it's just natural to you. And I have to say, Fuji's you're not the first person that has told me that. And Fuji's actually is a huge inspiration for me as well.
Cool,
that
cool,
CD was like epic at that time.
Yeah, it was wild. It gave me a lot of different insight into life. I enjoyed it. Lauryn Hill was crazy on it, and everybody.
And I like how she did the tracks. Like she starts in the classroom, and then it's just like the whole style, how she presented the whole album.
My favorite songs, Killing Me
Softly.
Yeah, Killing Me Softly and Ready or Not were my favorite 2 tracks.
Those two are mine as well. Ready or Not, Here I Come, You Can't Hide. I know you can sing it forever, both of them.
Yeah,
and Killing Me Softly is a cover.
Yeah. Well, no, that's dope. I got a track that I'm working on that I haven't quite finished yet, but it's a different version of the track. So they remade the instrumental, and it's like a hip hop instrumental to it, and it's dope. I made a track too. I just got to finish it, and it should be pretty dope.
Sweet.
Yeah.
That's sick. Hey everybody, get up in here and comment if you can. I'm gonna try and keep an eye I was just gonna do it from YouTube, but I was just like, fuck it, I gotta get out here. We gotta get this going with
Cool. Hell
everybody
yeah.
viewing. So if I don't see your comments right away, I will see them. I will.
Hell yeah.
So still undefeated.
Yeah.
Just what is your most? I know your inspiration started out when you were really young, and it sounds like you learned the music on like the scene, like freestyling. How did you come about freestyling? Was it something that you really had to work at, or do you feel like it was something that was just like so natural?
Yeah, it was a natural thing for me. 8 Mile was out at 8 Mile was like a huge influence as well because 8 Mile had like all the battle scenes and everybody was like battling and freestyling and like the Eminem show was real big at the time when I was like learning how to freestyle and whatnot. But it's always been a very natural thing for me. It's always been something that's come really easy to me. Like it didn't really make sense to me until a couple of years ago when they just have skills that come to them naturally, and it's just who they are as individuals or whatnot. So it really hit me a couple of years ago when I was thinking about what I wanted to like study next in like my college opportunities. And like I've done music my whole entire life, and I started to understand the music comes really easy to me. It's something that I enjoy doing, and I get really involved with it. I get really like dedicated to it, and if I don't set up like stop times for specific goals to come to an end for the day, then I could work on one project for like 12 hours at a time. You know what I mean? I'll just run with things and
Really?
like just get off, onto a tandem. Like I'll just, pick up a DJ set and then just want to connect with everybody like right then and there. You know what I'm saying? I want it to happen now. And I know it doesn't happen that way. And I'm not like, I don't get mad or frustrated, but it's like, I want like the next artist to send me their music and the next artist to send me their music. You know what I'm saying? The next artist. And then like,
Yeah, you're
if I
just
get in,
on it. You're just like, let's go,
yeah,
let's go,
yeah.
let's go.
It's because I love it. You know what I mean? I love everything about the hip hop. So, and it's the same thing with like working on a song. Like if I connect with somebody and we're like, yo, let's link up on a song. Like today, I was talking to a couple of friends today that were like, yo, let's link up on some tracks. Fat Zaza and my friend Zoetic, and they were both like, yo, at different times, they're like, yo, we should do some music together. And I was like, yeah, let's do that. You know what I mean? So I was like going through some of my verses that I have and like some of the tracks that I've recorded. And I was like, yo, I want to put this one with this one, and I want to find a different instrumental for that. And then he could put his 16 on this. And then like me and Zanata are going to work on this song. And like, I'm looking through instrumentals, trying to find the best one. I've like labeled it down. I've like numbered it down to 5 different instrumentals. And like, I just want to keep working on it. You know what I'm saying? And so I literally have to like cut myself off at specific times. Like I could work in the studio for like 30 minutes, like working on a verse or working on a chorus. And then I got to get my homework done. You know what I'm saying? Or I got to start working on my stage presence. Or I got to start working on my DJ set. So it's small incremental like successes that I choose to work on all the time. But like you were asking, it just comes natural to me. It's something that I love doing. Like accounting is cool. You know what I'm saying? I understand how important accounting is, and I would like take accounting classes in my business degree and whatnot. So I would sit there and it would be like, you got inventories that come in, and this is how you subtract it from the different types of like accounting sheets and so on and so forth. And like I could understand it, but it's not something that I wanted to do for 6 hours, 8 hours, 10 hours, 12 hours a day. You know what I mean? It wasn't
Right.
something that like was my passion. So with music, it just comes naturally to me. It's something that I love doing, and it's like I just run with it, and it's like it makes me so happy. Like there's nothing better. They say find something you could do for free and you'd still do it. You know what I mean? And that's what hip hop
Yeah.
is to me. Like I'd still do it for free. Like as much as like I want to like make it the full-time thing that I'm doing and make it like, a touring DJ on top of performing, on top of getting kick downs from the headlining artists that are like, yo, bro, come on tour with me and I'm gonna kick you down like $200 a day or $100 a day or $75 a day just to perform on tour with me. You know what I mean? Like that would be hella dope. But at the same time, it's like, man, I do it for free anyway. If everything was like in order, I still do it for free.
That's how you know you're in the right
Yeah,
profession, when it's
yeah,
fun and you love it and you would just
yeah.
do it to do it.
Exactly.
I totally get that whole grind. I get it. Like sometimes I make shit, I make videos in
Hell yeah.
bed when I'm going to bed, and I wake up
Hell
and
yeah.
I promote, and I'm just like, dude, I gotta go to bed. You
Yeah,
know,
yeah. I
dude,
hear
I gotta
that for
sleep. I gotta
sure.
stop
Yeah,
recording this. I gotta stop writing. I
yeah,
gotta
yeah,
just time out. I actually have to breathe and live. I'm a human being, not a robot.
yeah, yeah.
But it's so fun, and you get like totally into it, and I get it completely.
For
Get
sure.
that. That's dope. You are so on the grind, and you are so big in the scene right now in
Thank
Salt
you.
Lake City.
Thank
Like
you. Thank you.
It's
First time
love.
I
It's
saw you
such
perform was at
love.
the King ISO show. Is that right, or was it Kung Fu
Yeah, yeah,
Vampire?
yeah. I think it was King ISO. I think Kung Fu
Yeah.
Vampire was after that. I have a really good friend. His name's Eyeball Jones, and he performs at a lot of those shows that are like real focused on that market. And he brought me into those shows before I even really had stepped foot into that market or whatnot. And he was like, "Yo, bro, you want to come do this show with me?" And I was like, "Yeah, bro, let's go do that show for sure." You know what I'm saying? And he'd like bring me on stage, and he was like, "We just rock with me." Sorry, my phone's blowing up right now. I'm put it on
Oh, you're
silent.
good. You're good. Just, um,
So
I'm
yeah,
just
yeah,
really
King ISO was
impressed.
dope. King ISO was dope. King ISO's got
I
a
was,
really solid stage show for sure.
but I was just really impressed.
Thank you.
You performed with Keep It Lit, right?
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. So I perform and keep it lit too. So I hooked up with Overdose. It was a couple of shows we had both like rubbed shoulders as both being artists or whatnot. So like I was there representing my business and my management team and whatnot. So we were there with Still Undefeated Music LLC, and they were there with Keep It Lit and their company and whatnot, and their, you know what I'm saying, their performances and, you know, their offerings to the community and whatnot. And so we had rubbed shoulders both as artists and performers or whatnot. And after a couple of shows, we linked up and we were both like into doing a track together, you know what I mean? And so it was a huge blessing to be able to perform with them because they bring a lot of love and a lot of community engagement, and that's huge. Community engagement is huge for me. So anybody who gets into the community and can communicate and be a part of and try to further the industry and whatnot in like a community way, like really stands out. So they're just really, you know, connected with a lot of the community and whatnot. So it was, yeah, a performing with Overdose was like super dope. We got a track together called Hungry. It's a super dope track.
Nice. I love Overdose. Like, I absolutely love his person. Like, I love who he is as a person, and I love his music. And he he has grown a lot too in the last few years.
Yeah, he's solid, man. He's got a real it's the type of energy that I enjoy as well because he's very positive. Every time I talk to him, he's very positive and he's very upbeat and he's very like, you know, solid in a good way, but
Mhm.
he's intense. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah, I do.
he's got that solid
He's just
intense.
like, ah.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? And like that's if you can be kind and loving and still hold yourself as in a position like that, at least, you know, coming from like being a man and a man's standpoint. I mean, women can hold themselves that way too if they want to, but when a man can come that kind and that correct and still have that much of a solid energy, you know what I'm saying? It's a solid energy. So yeah, I appreciate him a lot, man. He's dope, bro. Yeah, he's hella dope. Overdose is a cool dude, and he's performing. Yeah. We've done a couple of shows together. Actually, we did a Young Fly show together, and we've done a couple of shows at Liquid Joe's together. It's been fun. It's been a blessing for sure.
Yeah, hell yeah. So what is your favorite performance that you've ever performed?
There's been two of my favorite performances of all time, and they've both been at a place called the Storm Tour. So Storm Tour is put on by Eternal Records, a guy named Lebo and a guy named Astro, and then there's a whole squad behind them that I work with as well. Super dope dudes. They're just extremely intelligent with their marketing. They're extremely intelligent with their planning and the way that they put shows together and their ticketing and they're just their marketing. I mean, everything. They're geniuses for real. They've done 4 or 5 tours, nationwide tours over the past like year. So it's crazy like how connected and awesome like their tour is. But we did a show at Lost Acorn, and the venue was like such a dope size. Like it was like a 50 or 75 person venue, but there was like 150 people there. So it was like super packed, and there wasn't even people that were all the way allowed to come in. Like we had to keep people outside because there were so many people there, and it was like completely sold out and it was so dope. And I crowd surfed and it was just like crazy lit. Like my homie ASIC was there and they were like going crazy in the crowd and everybody was moshing and dancing around. And like I jumped out in the crowd and they carried me around and y'all, it was super lit. It was super, super lit. So that was one of my favorite performances. And then the other one was this last Storm Tour. This last Storm Tour was crazy as well. But I would say the most influential ones are the ones that I've opened for Kasky and Doobie. Like two of like the most influential I don't want to say why, I don't want to label it down to that, but the two most influential like white boy hip hop artists that I have had the opportunity to rub shoulders with and be on the same stage as would be Kasky and Doobie for sure. Like linked up with Kasky, um through like my management team pretty much. I've listened to Kasky for a long time, been to a couple of his shows, and then my management team has really supported him and been a part of his movement for a really long time. And I got the opportunities to have a mentorship from him last year. And when I talked to him one-on-one through a Zoom call, he was like, look, man, I'm going to do this for you. Next time I'm in Salt Lake City, hit me up and I'm going to put you on the show. Like, regardless of what's going on, I got you. And I was like, yo, let's go. That's incredible. Thank you so much. So sure enough, solid as could be, I hit him up when he was coming through Salt Lake. And I was like, yo, what's up, bro? I heard you coming through Salt Lake. You still down to put me on the show? Boom. Connected me with the promoters, got me onto the show. And it was one of the best shows that I've ever been on, for real. Tasty Beats DJ'd my set. Me and Tasty have 2 tracks together, but we did one of our tracks called Pop Off together and got to perform that on stage. People are like posting like, please take me back to this day. And I'm just like, yo, this is so incredible, dude. Like, I want to go back to that day too. You know what I mean? Like, people that I met there, Mason, King Mason, just super dope, man. But for Doobie, and that was hella lit too. Like, I got to like link up with their tour and got to meet all the guys beforehand through sound check and everything that they had going on. Just dropped some really like influential game on me when it came down to like organization of tours, just watching how they move and their DJs and their sound check and their live bands, and just hella good influence. So that was super dope as well, man. Those 2 dudes, probably the most influential shows that I've been on. And my 2 favorite shows have been Storm Tour, when it came down to like interaction with the crowd and like how people were like,
Storm Tour. Tell me about that.
Yo, Storm Tour. All right. Storm Tour, super dope. So I linked up with Storm Tour about a year or a year and a half ago. It was like last minute. I wasn't even going to hop on Storm Tour, dude. I just had so many other great shows going on, and it was really late. I was finishing up some homework, and I was like, you know what, dude? I'm actually looking for another show to get on. Let's get out there. Let's hit him up. Let's see what's good. Because Lebo had contacted me, and like I was thinking about it. And I wasn't going to pull the trigger on it. And then late one night, like 11 o'clock at night, I hit him up and I was like, yo, bro, you still looking for people to be on your show? And he was like, yeah. Let's link. Let's make it happen. I was like, cool. So we worked out whatever we needed to work out to be a part of the show and whatnot. And then hopped on Storm Tour 3 and connected with them for the first time. Brought a whole squad out. At the time, I was working really closely with Real Raw Shit Global. It's another group that I work with like pretty closely still. We're doing a tour in January. And those dudes were hella lit, dude. Super dope, like blessed artists. KTH, Junior Cruz, Kago the Kid. I mean, the list just goes on and on with these artists. So I brought all those guys out with me, and they got all hopped up on stage with me, and we were like shooting out silly string, and we were like shooting off those big poppers, those big like confetti poppers, and like everybody was jumping up and down. We all had masks on for one of my songs, and like so lit. So that was the first time we did Storm Tour. The second time we did Storm Tour, they came through. They skipped Storm Tour 4 and went straight to 5, and they got a whole story for that. But we went straight to Storm Tour 5. They came out for Storm Tour 5. That was super lit. Had a really good time. Turned up at Storm Tour 5, and then they came through again on Storm Tour 5 was at Lost Acorn, which we were talking about. And then this last one was Storm Season. They did a 5-city tour, which was super lit as well. So they came through, and that was like a month ago. Yo, what's up, Mr. Crow? What's good, bro?
Hey,
how y'all doing?
Bringing Mr. Crow in
good.
for a minute.
Bro? Cool. What's up, brother?
Just chilling, man. Yeah, a dope little interview going on here. Figured I'd pop in, say what's up.
Appreciate you, gang. That's what's good.
Yeah.
Glad you're here.
Yeah, how you doing, Seth?
I'm good, man. Just getting off work, chilling. Fucking, I just wanted to shout you out, bro. Fucking, you killer DJ, man, for real.
Thank you, bro.
That shit at the Cody Matthews show, like that was impressive. Like I ain't never seen a DJ up there.
Oh,
we it's a different type of DJ usually, you know. So it was dope, the energy that you brought and the positivity and shit. Like you're
appreciate
awesome
you.
I never saw you leave the table ever.
Yeah, I was running. There's a couple of times, but like. That's something I could definitely be better at. There was like 1 or 2 times that like I went to go grab some or do some, and then like communicating with the artists too. But I appreciate you guys, man. Like I put together this whole plan here. I'll show you right now. It's my DJ show engagement board. So it's a whole work breakdown structure of like how to get into like the DJing and whatnot. So it's like a step-by-step process. It's like pre-show and promo, interactive opening, song selection and mixing, visual effects and lighting, crowd interaction, surprise element, interactive segment, build to climax, memorable closing, encore and bonus segments, and closing engagement. So that's if I'm ever just like DJing tracks. Yeah, for sure, bro. Like,
So is this stuff you're learning in school?
So this class is all about project management. So I learned how to DJ in one of the DJ classes, which was hella lit. But this is a project management class that teaches you how to like take a vision that you have in your mind, and you're like, all right, man. So I want to do a stage performance, and I want to have 4 of my friends on stage, and then I want to have 2 confetti cannons go off, and then I want to have like a surprise person that's on a feature track with me come and perform with me, and then I want to have like a really strong closing where everybody comes on stage and we like shake water bottles all over the crowd, right? So that's somebody's vision, and they can tell somebody what they want. And it's my job, and what this class is teaching me, to write down all those things that you want to happen. So it's like, you want to have confetti poppers go off. You want to have somebody do a feature track with you. You want to have 4 friends on stage. You want to have water bottles go off with everybody at the same time at the very end. You want to do, so all these things. And then we make that vision, and then we create the deliverables, like who's going to be involved, what we're going to deliver, who the stakeholders are, the crowd, the artists, the engagement, the venue. We make a list of all these things called the scope statement. And then we create a work breakdown structure, which is like individualized goals on how to make all those things happen, like audience engagement, and then the special feature, and then the closing engagement, and then the grand finale. You know what I mean? And then under each one of those are things that we need to get done. So it breaks it down into like specific things that we can work towards. So people have a lot of solid vision about what they want to do, and they've got great, incredible, like very successful visions. It's just learning how to make that reality and like bring it to life. You know what I mean? So
and it's hard on stage, right? Like sometimes shit just doesn't flow the way you want it to flow. So it helps that you have that vision board so that it can actually be created, correct?
For sure. Yeah, definitely. And also like group chats like we had for the show are great as well. And then there's this really cool software I got to get on top of. This woman who does a magazine called Keto Cash. She did this really cool video today, and it was like a drawing of like a step-by-step process of how the stage show was going to go. Yo, it was so dope. I was like, how does she do that, man? I got to do that for real. But like
a drawing of the whole.
Yeah, dude, it was like a whiteboard drawing of like people coming onto the stage as like little dots. And then it was like, so I explained. So like I gave him a rundown of what I wanted to happen on stage. Like we've got intros that are happening. So we've got like an intro, a Scarface intro that's like that. You don't, y'all a bunch of fucking assholes. Y'all want to know why? Because you don't got the, that intro or like that whole part. So that's the intro. And it's just like kind of flipping the script on anything and everything where like, just I could be the good guy, you could be the bad guy, and I could be the good guy. It's just like a whole, you know what I mean? A whole flip on everything. I love that intro. And then there's a song that's an intro track. So yeah. So it's just like a whole intro. So we wrote it out, and we kind of like created this whole step-by-step thing. With like the first intro is Scarface, nobody goes on stage. The intro song, everybody goes on stage and they stand in like a half circle. And when they stand in a half circle, they're going to start shooting craps, right? And I'm not even on stage yet. They're like shooting craps and like rapping back and forth. And the girls are kind of just like bobbing and having a good time around the dudes. They're just out there like rocking with the dudes, like shooting craps and rapping and whatnot. And then like this buildup happens where it's like, and everybody kind of looks around. And then somebody runs on stage and they make this gun cocking sound, and then they pretend to shoot at the crowd or at the people that are playing craps, and they all duck, and then boom, the song drops. So it's like we kind of walk through it a couple of different times in the group chat, and we're doing like multiple shows together to try to get it down just right for the Blueface show. So I would like to take it even further than the Blueface show, you know what I'm saying? But the Blueface show is at a 1,500 person venue. So hopefully that's a lot of eyes. That's a lot of people. You know what I'm saying? And necessarily that doesn't really necessarily mean too much either. I had a touring teacher tell me that he used to book shows for the Dave Matthews Band. And so what he would do is he would get these opening bands that would come perform for the Dave Matthews Band, but he would say, the bands that would open for the Dave Matthews Band would get more reaction, more support, and more interaction most of the time from smaller venues that only had 50, 100, 200 people, because it was more intimate and more interactive, and it was a better look for them rather than getting in front of like 5 or 10,000 people, because they weren't there to see, you know, that band, and there wasn't a big opportunity for them to get out into the crowd and interact and mingle with the people that were at the show as much as there was at the smaller venues. So, I mean, I guess it plays both ways, but definitely having a plan for how the show is going to go and like and practicing and performing together is like really, really important for sure. So trying to do and
So your strategy,
which is going to be pretty dope. Have you guys ever heard? Yeah, we're gonna try the strategy out on Saturday for sure. We're gonna see how it goes, and we're like all wearing the same color clothes, and we're all gonna like, you know what I'm saying? We all know our parts pretty well, and we're all working together. And have you guys ever heard of NBA YoungBoy? He's like a real big commercial rapper. He's got 2 albums in the top 10 of all the hip hop albums right now. He's on probation in Utah for like a bunch of like crazy gun charges or something like that.
I've heard Young Boy. Is that the same?
Yeah, NBA
But
Young
not
Boy.
NBA, just Young Boy.
NBA Young Boy, never broke again, Young Boy. So he's out here in Utah, but he's got an artist, I guess, named NBA something else, and he's performing on Saturday. We just found out he's gonna be there on Saturday. So hella dope, bro. I was like, yo, that's cool, man. Be rubbing
Sweet.
shoulders. I get to DJ for him. So it's gonna be dope.
Oh,
It's gonna be
shit.
yeah.
dude,
It's gonna be lit.
he's got the best DJ. That's dope.
Yeah, hell yeah. And then rubbing shoulders with Cody
great,
Manson.
bro. That's gonna open up some doors for you, bro. For real.
Yes,
That's
sir.
the shit.
And getting to DJ for Cody Manson and Baja Blast was lit, bro. I didn't even think
That
I was
was so dope. I'm glad
Yo.
that you got thrown onto that, bro.
Yo, that was so lit, dude. I was like so stoked on it. They were like, yo, they were gonna bring a band, and I was like, yo, they need a DJ, and he was like, yeah, they need a DJ. I was like, yes, dude, let's do this.
Yeah.
It's so lit, dude. So thank you so much for plugging me with that, because I was hella lit. So I got the DJ for the whole tour package, bro. That was super dope. I was really excited about that. Cody's hella cool, man. And
They were
Baja
all
Blast-
cool. They were all
hella cool people.
everybody
bro.
at that show was dope. Like a lot of artists that I didn't know about. So it's pretty sick.
Yeah. Hella cool peoples, man. It was a fun time, dude. I had a really good time. All the homies that came through too for the stage show, for the performance, were hella excited too. I had a couple of friends come through that SOS Hip Doc, he was there. That was hella fun. He's got a tour coming up next year that he's putting together. Alviverse was there. AJ was there. Who else, man? Eyeball Jones was there. Sarcasm was there. It was
Hell yeah.
stage show, man. We had a lot of fun. It was dope. All the people, Mr. Crow promotions or production, Mr. Promotions, right?
Promotions. Yeah.
Promotions,
Yeah,
hell
Mr.
yeah,
Crow
hell yeah.
Promotions.
Hell yeah. You guys' show was dope as hell, man. Doran's hella cool, bro. Everybody else that was there supporting, hella cool. I'm doing a track with Jaren. Jaren hit me up, so me and Jaren gonna work on a track together.
Alright, dude. Fuck
Yeah.
yeah.
Hell yeah. I got a song that I made called Problems, and it's super dope, bro. It's like it's a super dope track. So he's gonna ride on it, and he sent me his verse. He's just getting it all dialed in. We're just gonna get the details all mapped out, and then we'll just boom, have a track together so him and I can perform together. It'd be super dope, and then it'll be fun, man. It's gonna be a good time. So a lot of solid opportunities came out of that show, man. So I appreciate you guys. Thank you for having me.
Hell yeah. Of course, dude.
Yeah,
And
and-
whatever show I'm doing, I'm gonna have you on because
Hell yeah,
Yeah.
let's get it. I'm
I'm
so
a fan,
down.
bro. Like, dude, for real.
I'm a fan.
You are a
of you guys.
hell of a
Sure.
DJ.
Thank you,
I
thank you.
appreciated your DJ skills, and I hope I didn't throw anything off with that.
Nah.
Beating the crap out of Wally.
No, that was lit. That was super dope. I was like trying to play into it too as much
It
as
was-
I could.
I really was hoping that Wally would start out with beefing me. That's what I was waiting for. I was waiting for him to be like, "Oh yeah, I'm a doozy. She's on next, and I'm bigger than her."
Yeah.
And you're
You guys can probably do
Medoozy,
it,
and I was
yeah.
like, "Fine. I'll just come out and just do it." You know,
Hell yeah. it
like
was super
whatever,
dope.
let me loose.
That was a good idea, because if you guys get people to video it and like blow it up, it could totally turn into like
I
a
didn't-
whole
I didn't get a lot of
thing.
good footage. I didn't see a lot of good of it.
I'll look
I saw
for
two-
some because if there is footage out there, like we do 801 Ring Talk and we work with STF Professional Wrestling. So that type of footage, I think
Hell
that would be
yeah.
dope. It
We need it,
transpire
yeah.
all wrestling stuff.
And
Yeah.
I
Hell
got
yeah,
a
you can do
little
that for
bit of
sure.
two different angles, and we're definitely going to use that for our wrestling promo stuff. But that's pretty much where that came from because Sunny and I are heels for our team. So
Word.
we're also doing a duo, so we wanted to just blend it. It was really fun, and the set turned out good. I really wish the sound guy would have been louder. I asked for him to turn it up, and it was kind of
Yeah,
hard with
yeah.
that. But
With me DJing, like I have control over like the audio for the MP3s or the music, but the problem with that is that if I turn up on my DJ controller and then he has it like muted or he has it just turned down on accident and he remembers that it's either muted or turned down somehow and he unmutes it or he like unturns it down like where the
it'll
levels were at.
blast everything and
Yo,
blow the
yeah, yeah,
yeah.
yeah. It could
You'll
blow all the
blow.
speakers out, dude, and I would be like, I feel like
But
such an
I
idiot.
was
Like,
like, I mean,
fingers
I
crossed that
don't,
never happens. So I
Yeah.
was
yeah,
like,
and I don't want to talk
you
bad
know
about
what
the
I'm
show or
saying, dude?
anything. Like, it
No,
was
no,
dope
no.
and it worked, but I don't know how my set was low. Like, and Wally said his was a little bit low, and then after me, then they turned it up. So
Word,
I
word. I
was
think
like,
I think so. He did. I think he sound. I just think he sound checked all the mics himself, like when he first got there. So it wasn't like a live a live sound check. And I think I checked a little bit of the mic as well, but it wasn't like performance level check. You know what I mean? It wasn't like
No,
mhm.
man, and that's what I've noticed that he does is he told me straight up. He was like, "Oh, it doesn't matter if we do the locals or not." I'm like, "It kind of fucking does."
I
It
mean,
does
Right.
because
it
that
could
was a
it
really
could
important
definitely
show for me, you know, and I
for
was just
sure.
bummed out because the sound did. I don't know if you noticed, there were some times where we're like, huh? Our track Zero Gravity, we couldn't
Yeah.
hear
For
our
sure.
intro, so we were
Word,
like,
word,
fucked it up.
word. The biggest thing with maybe doing that would just like be able to have a sound check like an hour and a half before the show starts. You know what I'm saying? But that's up to
Yeah,
the sound guy. He's been doing that for like I don't know how long. You know what I mean? So
right.
he's a lot smarter and like more fluent with how he wants to handle all that than I am. So I kind of
And
just
that was
learn from
my
them as
bad.
much
I
as I
should have
can.
talked to the sound guy, and I didn't even. I forgot I needed
Well,
to.
you know what I'm saying? Living and learning, and like that's the best way to
Mm-hmm.
learn is hands on. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like that's how I took a whole like live sound engineering class where we talked about like the different types of plugs and chords and like voltages and amperages. And I'm like, yo, dude, like, how am I supposed to ever figure any of this out? You got to go out
It's
and like
so
actually,
important, though.
you got,
It's
you got to get
so
involved.
important.
You know what I'm saying? Like, even when people are like plugging stuff in and they kind of want to work on their own, you kind of just got to be like, what's that? What's that? What's that? How do you,
Right.
how
Mhm.
do you plug that in? Or like, how many amps does that need? Or how many volts does that, or does that cord go to that? And it kind of bugs them sometimes, you know what I mean? But it's like, that's the
That's how
only
you
way
have to
that
learn.
you got to
Yeah.
create those opportunities for
And
yourself.
I
You know
have
what I
my
mean?
soundboard. I have my interfaces. I
Heck
do.
yeah.
I actually have record my own music. I don't have the soundproof studio. That's the only thing I don't have, and that's why I go to studio. And I don't have like super education on mastering, but I'm learning. But
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
like I'll play my music after I record it in the car or really loud, and that's how I have to test it. But for shows, that's a totally different story. You
Yeah,
know.
yeah, live sound is way different. Live sound and audio
Hmm.
engineering for live sound's way different. I mean, it's basically along the same lines. Like there's buses and there's different types of ways that you can send different types of sounds. And if you have different types of programs or whatnot, you can insert like reverbs and delays and all different types of like audio engineering that goes into like super detailed idea. But I think that that's more like headlining really big shows and you're working with engineers and you can have all of that stored on like a disk where like or like a plugin where it's already all built and pre put together and then you just bring it to the sound guy and it's already all done for you. Like we went through a program that does and you choose your delay and you choose any other audio effect that you want to go onto your and then it just like builds it right there. So you can take all this audio work home with you and you can like work with a digital console that has tons of opportunity to change voice or to change delay or to change whatever you're trying to change for the voice. And you can work on it at home for hours, just like producing or mixing or mastering a song. You can sit there
Like,
and play
are
with
you
the
talking
audio
about the
program.
DAW?
So it's like it's like DAW except for live audio.
So it's a
So
live
like so
audio.
it's like a DAW. It's like Pro Tools. It's like Pro Tools for live sound, pretty much. You know what I'm saying? And like you can
Yeah.
manipulate all of the sound and whatnot. But so the way that usually happens is like the guy who taught me how to do sound through school. He does Red Hot Chili Peppers tours and he does Travis Scott's tours. So he does all those
Dope.
big, huge, the big stadium and like huge opportunities. So what he does is he works with the same songs and the same artist through 100 cities, 75, 50, 60, 70, 80 cities where he's doing all the audio over and over and over every single night. But we're talking about busing in like 15 different semi trucks with just stage setup and lighting. You know what I mean? I mean, everywhere Travis Scott goes, he brings a moon crater with him with a flying head. You know what I mean? It's like
Yeah.
gigantic. So this is like huge audio productions, but you can get into things like that. But the way that I look at it is I try to figure out how much my time, like how much job or how much I'm getting paid for my music. And then I figure that out hourly. And then I think of something like to spend in the studio, right? So I learned how to mix and master and do all that through Pro Tools. And it's something that I could go after and really try to be a part of, but I'm not trying to be an engineer, right? I'm just trying to understand what's going on with my engineer when he's mixing and mastering and recording what's going on. So now I've got a basic education about what they're doing behind, you know, when I'm in the booth spitting my bars, I know what he's on a basic level. I know what they're doing and I can communicate with them a little bit better, but I can either pay them $60 an hour, you know what I'm saying? Or I could try to spend 4, 5, 6, 7 hours trying to mix and master a song to its best quality and still not be as good as the engineering and the mixing and mastering from somebody that I'm only going to pay $60 for. So if it's something that would really benefit me, I could definitely sit down and learn that, but it's way cheaper for me to just pay him to mix and master and for him to put his skills
thought
on
about
it.
that myself because
But
it's
it's
the
good.
time.
Yeah, it's the time. You know
your
what I
time
mean?
is
It's just a matter of
valuable.
where you want to put your because whatever you put, yeah, and whatever you put your attention on, whatever you spend time on, and whatever you put your attention into is going to expand. You know what I mean? So if you and it's gonna grow like bigger and better if you put your attention and time into it. So if you want to expand and better your stage performance, then you're going to spend time every day on your stage performance. But if you want to take away from that and not expand that as much, you're going to put it into mixing and mastering. And it's just, do you want to expand your mixing and mastering? Is that what you want to do? Or do you want to be on stage or do you want to be recording in the studio? You know what I mean? So it comes, like you're saying, it comes down to time and how much your value is worth to yourself so that you know how to budget your money or flow your money the right way. But yeah, for sure. For sure.
Yeah, sometimes if you don't have money, you have to do it all yourself to start out, you know? And then
That's why.
But you know, if you want a good mix and are you there? Sorry,
yeah, I'm here. No, you good.
I didn't mean to interrupt you or anything, but if you want a really good mix and mastering, go to Cruz Hughes. King Cruz.
Cool. Hell yeah.
Look him up.
Cool.
He's in Salt Lake only for a month. It's $30 to record in the studio, record the song, and then he'll mix and master it.
For sure.
Fucking cheap awesome. And fucking sick. Like he is good. And I know him well. Awesome. He's from my hood in my hometown. Like, and he's only here for like a month. So take advantage of it if you can. If you really want good quality. They have the huge ass DAW board and they have I'll send the link. But
send the link for sure. I usually go through High Minded Studios. That's who my management team hooked me up through High Minded. So I love rocking with them as my home studio. But anytime anytime friends plug me in with somebody else that's a great opportunity, I try to like reach out and interact in the community and be innovative with them and create with them and create relationships. You know what I'm saying? Because that's what I'm all about. Real talk is innovation and creativity and community engagement and so on and so forth. You know what I mean? Yeah, for sure. That's how we grow and build together.
That's how Zoetic Promotions has been blooming too, just by connections and networking and just that organic communication.
Yeah,
you know, everything I do is organic. I may only have like on my page 300 likes right now since May when I started, but it's all real fucking likes. It's not the bullshit. And I have tons of like connections because because of just the general organic networking. And
And
that's how
what
it's lasting, like with
really
musicians,
came
music.
for me is like what I found out really what I found out has really helped through the communication is going to people's pages and interacting back. If somebody likes your page and they like something that you posted, you know what I'm saying? Go to all the people that have liked your post and go to their pages and like something that you like on their page. You know what I mean? And then that way you create this like this back and forth communication where it's like, I love when people like my stuff. I love when people
Kung Fu Vampire is really good about that. Kung Fu Vampire is one of you'll like share his stuff and then he likes it and comments, and it just means a lot. It's like, holy shit. There's a lot of artists that do that where I'm just surprised. It throws you off. You're like, oh, cool. You know, it's a bonus for sharing, and also like having conversations and actually like talk to people, be real people, get to know them, really be a real true homie. Like that really that goes a long way, and you have solid fans that way. And it's not fake; it's the real shit. Just be real.
Yeah, for sure. I feel that for sure. I think the best way is definitely to interact and engage. And I love creating with people. I think that's one of my biggest like pushes and like motivations is when people want to create, they want to innovate together, they want to like work together and push forward on things. So like whenever there's like people that in the scene that want to like, you know what I'm saying, together, or they want to do show together, or they want to take a picture and post it together, like all things like that, man, it makes me like really want to interact even more. You know what I'm saying? And I try to be a good friend as best as I can in any situation that I can, for sure.
Hey, I want to just shout out to Seth. It looks like you dropped out. I don't know if it's your internet or if you know, you had to go do stuff, but much love, man. Appreciate you grinding in the scene as well.
Yes, sir. Love him too. He's super dope, man. He's giving me some solid opportunities for sure. Couldn't do it without him.
Definitely couldn't. Oh, shit. That is nuts. I apologize. I'm trying to load music on here through this device. Hey, why don't we play Pop It Off or Pop Off?
Yeah,
Tell us
let's do
about
that.
this song real quick.
This is my first studio single that I ever did. That was mixed and mastered professionally, recorded professionally. This is a beat pack that Kasky and Tasty put together. So they put together this beat pack, and they were like, yo, check it out. We're putting this beat pack out. Y'all hit us up if you want a beat. Throw a track on it. The winner gets a free feature from Kasky. So he was like, cool. So I was like, yo, I want one of those beats for sure, bro. And my management team was like, yo, you should hop on that and do that. So I was like, cool, let's do that. So I ended up buying this instrumental from Kasky and Tasty. And then I ended up getting Tasty on the instrumental as well. Say what? So Tasty's actually, he's the first verse. Yeah, hell yeah. So dope. So we threw Tasty on the first one, and so the first verse is Tasty, and then the rest will be me. But it's all about Salt Lake City, and it's all about like just grinding. So the first verse is all about being a part of like what I'm trying to be a part of, and just grinding and stunting and not letting anybody stop you. I mean, any opposition that's in your way is just that, it's opposition. You know what I mean? And not all of it needs to be like addressed head on, where it's like there's a problem and I'm going to address it and I'm going to solve it and I'm going to knock it out the water. You know what I'm saying? It's just like you can't allow problems to stop you from being successful. So the whole track is all about, you know, grinding, even if you got to let your gun go pop off. Like, so
nice.
Yeah. The track goes pretty hard. It's a pretty tough song. And I got to drive a Mozzie for a little bit. That's what the second verse is about, driving a Maserati, going to a dinner with.
Did you make a video for it?
Yeah, it goes hard. It's super dope. We put Tasty in the video too. We got Tasty to come out here. Tasty was on tour with Kasky, and when they were on tour coming through Salt Lake City, we had Tasty hop off the tour bus, and we recorded. We did some recording on the other tracks we did together, and then we did a music video. And Tasty's verse goes so hard. The music video goes so hard. We made some fire for real.
That's dope. Well, let's play it. Let's pop off.
Cool. Yeah, let's go.
Let's go.
pop off. I turn into a monster, cha-cha-cha. Well, I'm doubling my options, non-star. I'm talking about gunshots, shots. Ayy, we're gonna go pop off, yeah. Turn into a monster, cha-cha. Well, I'm doubling my options, non-star, yeah, gunshots. We're gonna go pop off, yeah. Turn into a monster, cha-cha. Well, I'm doubling my options, non-star, yeah, gunshots.
Tasty.
Yeah, bitch, quit talking all that nonsense. Got some buzz that turn the guys in Louis Charleston. Way too focused on the money, still like nonsense. I'm smoking on exotic, the shit that make you nauseous. Willing to take all the risks to get far. Remember when we couldn't get by? I run the summer like 4th of July. My money long and the beams wide. Some say the shit won't last forever. My life kinda feel like I'm in heaven. Never leave the house without protection. So if you tryna listen to a weapon, I'm gonna go pop off.
I turn into a monster,
crush that.
cha-cha-cha.
So dope.
Well, I'm doubling my options, non-star. I'm talking about gunshots, shots. Ayy, we're gonna go pop off, yeah. Turn into a monster, cha-cha. Well, I'm doubling my options, non-star, yeah, gunshots. We're gonna go pop off, yeah. Turn into a monster, cha-cha. Well, I'm doubling my options, non-star, yeah, gunshots. I ride in these boulevards at conscious, we still out here, Naomi front. Cats and tape been under, son. Tasty beats and Bergman, son. Where we send them gang, we behind the smoke like the Catholics pray. Leave them in a box and they confession say we the ones to blame. Amen. 30 rounds stay close, 15 pop off, the next one's blow. Bulletproof vest on, my brother stay close, I'm hanging on my clothes. Hey, I told them don't try me, it's on me, I rap with the Ricky. It's so did I pulled it, then pop it out quickly. Your hospital stay is a busting quite simply, I aim for the head. We're gonna go pop off. I turn into a monster, cha-cha-cha. Well, I'm doubling my options, non-star. I'm talking about gunshots, shots. Ayy, we're gonna go pop off, yeah. Turn into a monster, cha-cha. Well, I'm doubling my options, non-star, yeah, gunshots. We're gonna go pop off, yeah. Turn into a monster, cha-cha. Well, I'm doubling my options, non-star, yeah, gunshots. Ayy, I'll take the roof back, presidential tint. Black on black in a fresh light man. I spit this race and it's in our hand. I show a fly and there ain't no spin. I'm shining and I should show out. Now Millie Mossberg, it ain't for clout. I'm about that action without a doubt. In respect to those that I keep around, I'm flaking. I'm better than ever. My pockets got cheddar. I'm dripping designer forever. My new DJ's rockets never be popping. Monster keep constant perceptions. In a session, will I look this clear? By coast, so will I hold my grip? Camera snap, cause my life stay lit. Yeah, I'm gonna go pop off. I turn into a monster, cha-cha-cha. Well, I'm doubling my options, non-star. I'm talking about gunshots, shots. Ayy, we're gonna go pop off, yeah. Turn into a monster, cha-cha. Well, I'm doubling my options, non-star, yeah, gunshots. We're gonna go pop off, yeah. Turn into a monster, cha-cha. Well, I'm doubling my options, non-star, yeah, gunshots.
Sick.
Song goes
That
so
was
hard.
beautiful.
Thank you.
I can almost see myself like in a car just cruising, listening to that like in the sunset.
Hell yeah.
I could.
That's like the
I
songs
could have
about this.
pulled up the video for that. Like
Yeah,
I could have
yeah,
grabbed
yeah.
it from YouTube.
Yeah. You want me to send it to you in the chat? It goes so hard.
Yeah, send
Alright.
me a couple more links in the chat to some different songs if you want me to pull it on YouTube. I can do it.
Cool. We got hella music videos. Hella music videos.
Yeah, just send me links. Send me like 2 or 3. We'll just play videos. Audio's dope, but videos are good too. So this is hell of a good interview. We're almost at an hour, but we can keep going if you want. If you want to play more music.
It's up to you. This is hella dope.
Yeah.
I appreciate Girly spending time with me.
Yeah, this is pretty sick. And I'm getting to know a lot about you, which is like, I've been just wondering who in the hell is still undefeated because you're just on the fucking scene. And it sounds like you are like performing and DJing for a lot of big names. And
Yeah, I'm blessed. I'm so thankful. You know, and the more that I think, the first thing that I want to do, and 10X Mentor tells me that you gotta like be proud of who you are, and you gotta be like, yo, bro, like what I'm doing is the shit. You know what I'm saying? Like
Mhm.
what I'm doing is the shit. And I'm at that point, right, with myself where I'm like, yo, the things that I'm doing, I'm so in love with. Like I'm so in love with like who I am and what I'm doing and what I'm accomplishing. And like I'm absolutely just in love with what I am and who I am. And I want, and I tell myself I'm the shit all the time. But the balance to that is like I always have to remind myself and tell myself that like I'm nothing without the people that have helped me get here.
Right? That's
Team,
sick. Yeah.
like interviews like this, like people who are on the scene throwing shows, the venue owners, the club owner, promoters, like the fans and the friends that are involved. Like without these people that are around me, like I wouldn't be anything without them because they're the ones that give me the opportunity to share what I'm doing with them. You know what I mean? So I'm truly humbled all of the time by the love and the support that people give me because it's just like, damn, dude, like these people are like everything I need and everything that I want. You know what I'm saying? And it's like this crazy balance. You know what I mean? I like get crazy excited
Mhm.
about, yo, this is so dope and I'm the shit. But it's like, yo, thank you. I always want to say thank you. It's crazy. It's crazy.
Yeah. Well, it's
I put a
about giving
different one in
back
there.
because okay. I'm looking right now. I what about Paperboy? I just found that on YouTube.
Yeah, yeah,
What do
yeah.
you
So
think
that's I
about
think
Paperboy? Is that something you would like me to play?
yeah, yeah, hell yeah.
All
That
right,
one's super
yeah.
dope. So my management team, Gorilla Mafia Entertainment, man, I love Gwen Allen and I love Chris. I couldn't do it without them and Noni Thornton and everybody else who's involved with it. But oh man, so they had this dope coffee and boba shop, right? And it was over, I think it's West Jordan, and we
Which
shot
one
this
is
music
it?
video. Iries. They're now they're in New Mexico. So they used to be over there.
Oh,
They're called Iries and Iries Coffee, Tea, and Boba, and so bomb. Like they got some of the best drinks that you could ever have. Like, excuse me, so good, man. I love them to death. But we shot this music video, Paperboy, at their coffee, tea, and boba shop. So lit. So it's just super. I love this video. This video goes so hard. And this song goes so hard too.
nice,
This
nice.
song's all
Yeah.
about chasing paper and making paper, Paperboy.
Yeah, I'm
So
just
lit.
getting it all set up so that we can
Cool. Hell
play
yeah.
it. It just takes a couple minutes. But it's just loading on here. No biggie.
Cool. Hell
It's
yeah.
just a computer crap. I'm like,
Okay, word.
some days computers they work well, but some days they're not working so fast as I want
Feel you,
to.
feel you.
What is your most like valued piece of equipment that you have?
Valued piece of equipment. Oh man, my
Like out
laptop.
of all the equipment that you have for music,
I think
DJing, everything.
I think it comes down to three main components, and it would be like my studio recording setup, my computer, and my DJ turntable. Um, those are like just what I do, and my wireless mics. I mean, I guess it's like my show stuff for sure. So, but I would yeah, yeah, those four things for sure. My wireless mics, my laptop, my studio setup, and the controller for sure.
Nice. So with wireless mics, is it the quality that's really important, not just the fact that it's wireless?
So quality is very very important. But I read this book, right, and it was talking about businesses and it was talking about technology, business and technology, right? So technology is nothing that's ever going to catapult a business forward. So if I was to go out and spend like $1,500 on wireless mics, it's not gonna mics aren't going to make my stage performance better. It's my stage performance to use the wireless mics to sound better. You know what I mean? So they take an approach to it that's called crawl, walk, run. So when it comes down to live technologies, especially with wireless mics, I'm in a crawl, walk, run stage. So I bought a pair of wireless mics, which aren't the most expensive wireless mics, but it's accomplishing what I'm trying to do, which is perform without cordless mics. Because I do a lot of movement on stage. I move around a lot and I jump around a lot, and you know what I mean. The cords usually wrap around my leg, or like I trip on the cord, or like it gets caught on something and it stops me from moving the way I want to move. So it was like, okay, cool. Like I'm going to get some wireless mics and see how it goes, see how my stage performance improves. And if I like the way that things are going, which I have a really good feeling that that's what I want to be doing is wireless mics all the time, then I'll go with the wireless mics. So I bought some lower end wireless mics and I'm crawling with it, right? I'm crawling with this technology to see if it's something that I want to do or if it's something that like, I'm like, wireless mics are cool, but I could do without it. It's not going to be a big deal. I could, you know what I mean? I could just use the corded mics, not a big deal. You know what I mean? But the more that I use the wireless mics, I get a good reaction from the people that use them. So all of the shows that I've done and anytime I bring my wireless mics, they're like, hell yeah, dude, let's do the wireless mics for sure. For sure, let's do wireless mics for sure. So everybody loves it. So the feedback that I'm getting about it in the crawl stage is really good. So I'm getting to that point now where it's in that walk stage, right? So I've crawled a little bit with it. I've tried it out. I know that people love the mics and whatnot. And now I'm in this walk stage where it's like, you know, you could improve the quality of your mics and it would be better for you. I don't say go out and buy a $2,000 set of pair, you know, a set of mics where it's going to cost you $2,500.
Right.
But you can go out and probably buy a pair of Shure mics that are going to be like 150, 250 bucks, 300 bucks. That'll be the next quality up and probably sound better. And it'll probably give you a better show and it'll improve your show for sure. But it's going to be an assistant to already what you're doing on stage. Like whether or not you have really dope mics isn't going to be the thing that catapults you forward. It's just going to be an accelerator. You know what I mean? It's just going to help you a little bit better. So now that I'm getting into that walk stage, that I'm trying to invest in some better mics. And then once we walk with those and people are like, yo, if they're like, yeah, way better. These sound a lot better. These sound a lot clearer to me. Like, I like this, you know what I mean? It makes a huge difference. And they're saying things like that. Then I know, okay, cool. If these $350 mics are making a huge difference compared to where we were, I mean, what's it going to mean if we go on tour and we're getting paid for all of our shows, like up front, instead of like having to sell tickets, which isn't a bad thing. You know what I mean? But they're already telling me, look, bro, you go out on tour, you go perform for me. I'm going to give you $200 a night, regardless of what you're doing in 10 cities. Like, you're going to make $2,000 over the next month just performing with me. Cool. Let's go. Then it's like, yeah, I really want those $2,500 mics and I want to bring them on every show with me because I want to get the best sound possible because I'm really making really solid, good money with what we're doing now with hip hop. You know what I mean? So then we're in that run stage where it's like, you know what I'm saying? So I'm in that cross stage for sure. For sure. And I'm getting a lot of good.
I gotta say something before we play the Paperboy because it's almost done uploading. Sorry. You should be, after you're done with school, I think you would be a really good teacher. Like you should hold. You are so knowledgeable, and the way you explain things to me in this interview, I've learned a shit ton just in an hour.
Thank you. That's
amazing.
what Gully Gang's thing is. That's would be a leader in the community. You know what I mean? When you go forward, my whole idea is furthering the community and teaching the people around me what I already know. But that's what Gully Gang is all about. You know, Gully Gang or die. So Gully Gang is all about, it's kind of like how 19XX and Lace Up is to MGK, or how ICP has the Juggalos, right? Or how there's a group and a following, friends, family, supporters, anybody that falls under that idea of, yo, we rock with Undefeated. We like what Undefeated does. We like what he teaches us. We like what he's bringing us into. He's bringing us into music and creativity and innovation and community engagement, where we can be better artists. Or if we're not artists ourselves, we can get involved with the art and we can be a part of what the movement is about. You know what I mean? So that's what Gully Gang is all about, trying to create more leaders. So I appreciate that. I want to be a teacher to more and more people, but I want to build it in a way that it's like I'm the ICP to the Juggalos that I'm teaching, like how to handle certain situations. You feel me? So like it's still undefeated to Gully Gang. So that's the movement I'm trying to grow and build and create, is Gully Gang, and anybody's welcome to be a part of it. Anybody in the community, any family, friends, and it's a family. You know what I mean? It's not a gang.
I want to be part of it. I want to learn a lot. There's so much I want to learn.
Yeah, then you're in. You know what I'm saying? That's just what it is. It's a family. It's not a gang. It's not an actual gang. You know what I mean? But it's a family of people that support and push the music forward. You know, we all communicatively believe in, and so on and so forth. Gully Gang for sure. And we got dog tags that say Gully Gang on there, and it says 19XX SLC Utah. It says family ties undefeated. Like it's super dope. So if you ever like want to grab one, we sell them for like $10, but it's just a way for like people who are a part of Gully Gang and want to be like part of that group. It's just a way for them to help support the music and help us pay our bills and help us get onto more shows and help us, create more merch. And so, yeah,
That's
for
cool.
sure.
So it's just $10 for a dog tag, and that really helps
Yep.
support all of that. So you
Yes,
must do
yeah.
really
So
well with sales.
anything helps for sure. So like I got a sponsor for keychains, and those are super dope. We got like 200 keychains that we can sell like $10 each, $5 each. So we can make anywhere from $1,000 $2,000 on those, and it just goes into the shows, or it goes back into buying more shirts, or it goes back into like opportunities for like marketing or promotion or cover art or studio time, or it's just that extra help that's like, yo, now you can go to the studio, man. You sold a couple of shirts, or you sold a couple of keychains. I got stickers too. You know what I mean? Like boom, boom, boom. You just brought $60 in. Boom, go to the studio, bro. You know what I'm saying? Or you just got $120, man. Go buy some more shirts. You know what I'm saying? Get people to wear your shirts and whatnot. So it just helps for sure.
That's cool. That's good, like merchandise. And speaking of merchandise, whoever's viewing, I can't see everybody, and I apologize. Seth says having knowledge is going to help the music industry so much. Spencer's Art says much love, yo. Everybody up in the comments, I absolutely appreciate all of you, and I appreciate all your
Thank
fans.
you.
So this is what's going to happen.
Spencer.
I hope we have a lot of viewers on this, because this is exciting for me to announce. I'm putting together a fundraiser for one of our homies, Josh, who's in the hospital. He needs help. He needs financial help for his own life. And so he was do you remember the people outside at the show that were doing the fundraiser? Did you see that at all? Because you were busy inside.
I was zoned. I apologize.
They asked me to draw a poster, and so I helped like draw his poster and everything for the fundraiser out in the smoking area. And they waited out there all night, and they stayed out there in the fucking cold so they could raise some funds for this. And I don't know how well they did. All I know is that I'm like, dude, let me help promote this. Let me help promote so that they can get some help. So what I came up with, this idea of artists donating their merch, and you said you're down to do it, right? Like,
yeah, for sure.
Donate.
Yeah,
it doesn't matter if it's a sticker or if you go print out a picture yourself and sign it.
Cool.
It's going to be just whatever you can contribute. That's it. You know, and
I got a shirt.
I've got people donating. You got it? What? Tell me.
I got a shirt. I got a keychain. I got a sticker. And I could donate, and then I could do a picture with an autograph on it. We'll just throw you like a handful of like whatever we got, one of like each of the ones we got of our merch, and then just whatever you guys could do with it for sure.
Thank you so much. Like, we'll talk about meeting up or if you want to mail it or whatever, but thank you. I appreciate it. I've got a lot of artists who are on this, donating shirts, donating hats, donating music. And these signed autograph pictures, if you just have that from one artist, you never know. They might be really fucking famous in the next 5-10 years. You just don't know. Yeah. And they might be somebody you love to listen to, and you've got their autograph picture, and anybody from anywhere. You don't have to be from Utah to help out with this. I've got people sending me like, hey, this person will help donate. Hey, I appreciate it, because we're going to gather a big ass Christmas box. I think I might even, if I get a lot of I'm going to contribute my own. So you're going to have Medoozy beanies, Medoozy shirts, stickers, everything Medoozy and Zoetic promotions. And also 801 Ring Talk, obviously. But it's going to be huge, so I might divide it up in 3 different boxes. We're going to do a raffle, so if you donate $15 for each ticket, you can get as many tickets as you want in there. That's going to go straight to Josh's GoFundMe. So it's a legit, it's a fundraiser for this guy, and I hope that you guys all want to be involved in this, because a lot of artists are putting together this merch with me. And and I also, before this, I promised a merch box for whoever. I got merch.
My merch is all in here.
Hell yeah. And I'm going to show everybody's merch off. I'm going to do a live the
Cool.
24th
Heck
of
yeah.
December. I'm going to make sure everybody's merch, I'm going to take pictures of it before I put it in the box. And I'm just going to be like, all right, you
Cool.
guys. And I might go on for a little while and give people a last chance to get in the raffle and get their name in. You know, it's going to be really fun. But I'd like for everybody to get their merch in by the 21st, and then the drawing's Christmas Eve. And
Cool.
I'm
Heck yeah.
not really doing a lot for Christmas. I miss my daughter and my family. And so I'm just going to put my energy into the community too. So
Cool. Heck yeah.
it's
That
exciting.
sounds like a plan.
And yeah, like anybody who wants to get up live with me while I'm doing this, any artist who wants to kind of like shout themselves out, I'm just going to rotate. It's going to be fun.
Cool.
I
Yeah,
haven't done
got it.
anything like this live before, but I have done some minor donations, but this is going to be really awesome. So I'm
Cool,
hoping
man.
that we
Hope
can
it
help
helps.
Josh, right? Like if you
Yeah,
were in
yeah.
his shoes and you were like in tubes and in the hospital and in misery and you need surgery, but you can't
God
have, I mean, what would you
forbid, for
do?
sure.
What wouldn't you want help? We don't have a lot of help in
I
our
want help for
system,
sure.
and our insurance
Fingers crossed nothing
companies are
happens like that.
scams. Yeah, it's not a lot of people have help anymore. You know, the whole like medical system and all that is really ass backwards. You have to have good credit and good jobs and good shit and whatever, and it's not fair to people that work hard and they don't deserve this shit. They need help. So that's the intention. He's also a juggalo. He's also been to so many different shows in the community. Like, come on, this guy needs our
Cool.
help.
Yeah, whatever I can do
And
to help for sure.
I believe he lives up in Idaho, but he comes down to the shows all the time. So that's what
Cool.
I've heard. I don't know him personally very super, super well. I just know who he is. I've been friends with
Yeah.
him on Facebook. So,
About it.
anyways, yeah,
About
shouted
it.
that out, got that out there. People, come on, right? It's all about love. It's all about giving back. So,
For sure.
and music is love. I want to ask you more questions if you're cool being on a little longer.
Yeah,
Oh,
let's do it.
actually, no. I want to play a video.
Cool.
Hey, what's up, Sundog? Sunny K9 says, liking the background. I got a comment up here. I haven't been seeing the comments except for my phone. So that's awesome.
Yeah.
Good to see you, Sundog.
Good.
Sundog was performing with me. You remember him?
Yeah. He sings all the time with
So
all types
good.
of artists for sure.
Yeah.
Heck yeah.
Yeah, he sings with Overdose and ZJ. The three of them have formed a trinity of amazingness. So I'll let them
I love
shout
his
that out.
innovation. Yeah, innovation and creativity, man, and community engagement. Like he shows those are core values that I hold. You know what I mean? I try really hard not to look at people's differences as something that people should be judged on. You know what I mean? Whether it's like religion or race or sexual orientation, like all of those things are great parts of people that make up who those individuals are. But what I really focus on are my core values, and my core values have to do with, just like I've been preaching, innovation, creativity, community engagement. And when people are creative and they're whatever they're doing, however they can be creative, however they want to innovate the situation that we're in, however they want to be creative, it's what I really look for to get along with people. You know what I mean? All of those other things are just a part of who they are. And I don't think our differences should take us apart. You know what I mean? I think that we should be brought together through creativity and innovation and community engagement. So when people are doing all of those things, all those differences seem to melt away to me. And all those problems or issues or differences or things that people don't see eye to eye on, it seems to melt away. You know what I mean? And then I take an opportunity to be creative, or take an opportunity to ask them what they think and how we can make something better, how they can get involved with what we're doing in the community. You know what I mean? So that's incredible. Yeah, he shows a lot of those core values that I respect.
Yeah. He's a really good friend of mine, a really good dude. So
Heck,
I absolutely
cool.
Shout out to you, Sonny. You're amazing.
Yeah,
and
shout out, big bro.
He's an inspiration. And anyways, let's get on with this video. We've been kind of holding it for a second. Let's go.
Cool.
Ready?
Hell yeah, let's go. Yeah.
that paper, boy. But what you gonna do with it?
I'm on the studios. Paperboy mixtape.
Ay. Ay. Why they hating on me? Cause it's gold in my mouth. Cause my money come in stacks. Cause I'm on the paper route. Paperboy swag, just a youngin' from the south. Getting flyer than a pilot like I'm sitting on a cloud. Why they hating on me? Cause it's gold in my mouth. Cause my money come in stacks. Cause I'm on the paper route. Paperboy swag, just a youngin' from the south. Getting flyer than a pilot like I'm sitting on a cloud. Paperboy swag, shorty, all I do is count up, mount up, ride though, slide though, dower. Paper route, attitude, not much without us. This is how it wound up, running through the town. Focused on the million, really been hustling. I don't see no struggling, only up and coming in. Money up and doubling, speaking clear, no mumbling. Money counter sputtering, spitting out some numbering. This is the life for me. Money coming, stacks of green. Close, special order in. All I do is win. Been about the W, this is what you gotta do. And all your haters mad at you, tell them go and get a clue. Red or blue, impeccable, incredible, and never boo. And this how they describing you, to the point, no decimal. Why they hating on me? Cause it's gold in my mouth. Cause my money come in stacks, cause I'm on the paper route. Paperboy swag, just a youngin' from the south. Getting flyer than a pilot like I'm sitting on a cloud. Why they hating on me? Cause it's gold in my mouth. Cause my money come in stacks, cause I'm on the paper route. Paperboy swag, just a youngin' from the south. Getting flyer than a pilot like I'm sitting on a cloud. Paperboy swag, shorty, all I do is count up, mount up, ride though, slide though, dower. Paper route, attitude, not much without us. This is how it wound up, running through the town. Paperboy swag, shorty, all I do is count up, mount up, ride though, slide though, dower. Paper route, attitude, not much without us. This is how it wound up, running through the town. I'm flyer than the pilot like I'm sitting on a cloud. And I ain't really tripping about this gold in my mouth. Or this paper in my pocket, I've been on this paper route. Dropping features on these tracks like I'm killing off a drought. Haters trying to stop me from the destiny I'm bound. Tell them all to think about it, I don't see no slowing down. Trying to make me stick to theirs, but I ain't trying to drown. And they've been underwater while I'm flying above the town. Hatred in their energy, me is what they'll never be. I'm mentally a treasury of how to live incredibly. They something like a penalty, a sensory, some treachery. Like it's rudimentary, but greatness superseding me. I know I'll never stop being what they say I'm not. Better than the place they want. Number one, the very top. Paperboy swag, shorty, all I do is count up, mount up, ride though, slide though, dower. Paper route, attitude, not much without us. This is how it wound up, running through the town. Paperboy swag, shorty, all I do is count up, mount up, ride though, slide though, dower. Paper route, attitude, not much without us. This is how it wound up, running through the town. Why they hating on me? Cause it's gold in my mouth. Cause my money come in stacks, cause I'm on the paper route. Paperboy swag, just a youngin' from the south. Getting flyer than a pilot like I'm sitting on a cloud. Why they hating on me? Cause it's gold in my mouth. My money come in stacks, cause I'm on the paper route. Paperboy swag, just a youngin' from the south. Getting flyer than a pilot like I'm sitting on a cloud.
Hey everyone, Chris Newhart here. We're still undefeated. We're out here representing the Out for Revenge Tour, Good Grammar, May 28th, 2022. He's getting ready to go on, perform live. Just shot a little bit of a music video, GME Life, so y'all stay tuned. It's gonna be on all our networks, and I can't wait for y'all to see it.
So we got Kid Fire out here.
Kid Fire, boy.
Chris Newhart out here, still undefeated. Jimmy like, baby, Jimmy like, baby, Jimmy like.
Jimmy like.
Oh yeah.
That's sick. Like
Yeah,
I love that.
that's fun.
Okay, that boba place was that in West Jordan?
Yeah.
Hey, I saw the signs and I was like, dude, what is that place? And now they're gone.
Yeah.
Like literally, right when I moved over in West Jordan, I was like, what is that place? It was right by the bike shop, right?
Yeah. They got military contracts. So they moved on to some military bases. They had to get like special clearances and like special passes to get into the to the military missile ranges like every day to go on. Yeah, dude, they're like on like military bases now. Yeah,
what are they?
Yeah, they're
like
coffee, tea, and boba, and they have like food too. They're like a coffee, tea, and boba shop, and they serve food. So now they serve to the military.
So how did they get on the military? Like, that's just, I've never heard of that. That's just a trip.
Yeah, it's incredible. So they got military contracts. They got 2 shops now. They only had one in West Jordan, and now they got 2 stores. So they opened up 2 stores instead of just the one, and decided to move and take control of the opportunity. And they look like they're doing hella good. And like, it's just a whole different market and a whole different group of people that they're serving now. But yeah, I think they have family connections. I think Gwen, my manager, is I think her family is all military. So I think she has family connections into the military that they were able to use as an opportunity and a competitive advantage to be able to open up on a military base. So it was just a great competitive advantage. You know what I mean? It was like, yo, we got a store and we serve, beverages and food. Where can we put our shop? And they used the resources that they had available to them, which was the military, and they put the 2 together. So they put the military opportunities together with their food and boba and coffee shop, and boom, created an opportunity. And so they're capitalizing on that now and like really killing it out there. And they've done like tons of really cool, they're doing tons of incredible events. Like they do like video movie grand opening screenings where they sponsor and like vend there. They got their own shop. They're doing like vending in malls for like Christmas events. And
damn,
they feed the soldiers on a like I don't know how regularly, but they feed, like they did a huge chicken feeding the soldiers. And like yeah, dude, they're killing it. They're doing awesome.
That's sweet. And then so you were at the boba place, but then was there a studio that you went in that you
so that was outside of a show. We were getting ready to do a show at Good Grammar downtown. So
Good Grammar, okay.
Yeah. And then that Benz was so much fun. That Benz is gorgeous. It was like all coke white seats, and it was like a hatchback. It was super fly. So we got to like use that. We got to use that Benz for the video. Like I have a thing for like foreign cars and like high end vehicles. Like they're just like something that is really interesting to me. Some people are like, yo, I'm not like real too big on like cars or whatnot, but like when I could drive a Benz or a Maserati or a Bentley, or I can drive any type of like Ferrari or any car like that, like I jump at the opportunity. I'm like, yo, let me whip that around for a little bit. Let me do a music video with it. So I love high end cars like a lot.
Oh, it was beautiful, Benz. Like that's fucking. How often do you get to drive that? That's like
so there's really, you can go on Turo. There's an app called Turo, and you can rent cars for like a day or a week or like a month. So you go on there and you choose like what kind of car that you want to rent, and it's a car that's around you, and you can rent the car. Like you get insurance for the car for like the 2 days. They give you a certain amount of miles that you can drive the car, and then you just go pick the car up and they leave the car for you. Or
I'm taking notes right now. How do you spell it?
Turo, Turo. So I mean, even if you just want like a car to drive, even if you just want a car to drive, you can rent like Fords, or you can rent like Mustangs, or you can rent like minivans or like SUVs if you want just to take an SUV for your family somewhere. Like you could rent like cars that are like $30 a day, $40 a day, or you can get into like Maseratis that are like $100 a day, $150 a day, all the way up to like Ferraris, or you can rent like McLarens, and they're up there at like $750 a day or like $1,200 a day, where you're like, yeah, super dope. Or you can get like a G-Wagon. I want to get a G-Wagon really bad, and they're like $500 a day, $400 a day plus the insurance. Yeah, dude. But it's like just the opportunity to drive that car is something that's like, it's like taking a trip across the world. You're like, yo, here's some plane tickets, man. You want to go on this like world trip with me? And I'm like, yeah, dude, why would I not want to go? You know what I'm saying? Like it's the same thing.
Right.
You want to go drive this G-Wagon? It's like a $250,000 car. Yeah, dude, why would I not want to drive that $250,000 car, dude, and show up to like a show and like hop out matching my outfit and like get into mob? And it's just opportunity.
That is the coolest fucking idea. I'm stealing your idea.
If I look back on it when I'm like 65, 70 years old, and I'm like, yo, dude, all those incredible opportunities where I got to drive a car that was worth a house, and it matched my outfit, and I got to pull up in it, and it was like one of those days that was just monumental. It's not normal. It's not average. It's something that's just above average, and it's just like, so
Mhm.
much fun. It's an adventure. It's like something, you know, out of the ordinary and extraordinary. Just and it is a great opportunity.
That's
Really
dope.
cool opportunity. Love it.
I admire how artistic you are
Thank you.
and how skilled you are at everything and how multitasked you are.
Thank you. Thank you.
And that video was incredible. That was really cool. It was home. It was local, but it was like fly as fuck with that car, and just everything you did with it was dope. I loved
Thank
it.
you. Big shout out Jacob Sorensen. Me and Jacob did like 5 or 6 or 7 music videos together, and he was like a real big visionary behind like how to put it all together and what he wanted to do. So most of the videos you'll see on there are from Jacob Sorensen. And he's like really good editor, really good video shoot. Like he's really good at what he does, man. It's a pleasure working with him for sure. He's really good at what he does.
So I have a question for you. It's simple.
Yeah. What's up?
Still undefeated. Is it one whole word? Because I see that you had put your title without a space.
Yeah. So it's all one word, but they say that like you can't give yourself a nickname, right? Like you got to let somebody else give you a nickname. And so like I chose my hip hop name, which is Still Undefeated. It has a lot of meaning to me about like, you know, who I am as an individual, but everybody started calling me Undefeated. So like it's all one word for sure, but I guess what people really call me is Undefeated. So still undefeated, but yeah, all one word. People spell it as 2 words all the time, but yeah, for sure.
I like your sign that says "I'm still undefeated."
Which one?
You have "I'm" on your sign. It was like "I'm still undefeated." It was in the video. It was like black and white sign.
Yeah,
and it said "I'm still undefeated."
No,
which
that's
is cool. You can do a lot with it.
That's a crown.
Oh, it's a crown. I thought it said "I'm." I was like, okay, you're playing with that. Okay,
no, it's a sign. It's
that's your logo.
Yeah, for sure.
So in this school, the Gully Gang, right? That's what it is.
Yep.
Do you learn how to do everything, like logos, promo, like everything all around?
So again, what I like to teach to people is they just have to understand what their skills are and where their strengths are, right? So we all have strengths that we're in, and people on a regular basis say that you should try to get outside of your comfort zone and do the things that you're not good at. And I disagree with that, because I believe that we should stay in our strength zone, and I believe that we should stay working on the things that we're good at. Because if you take Susie to school, right, and she's really good at math, but
that's actually that's my name, my real name.
No way, that's crazy.
Yeah, so I'm going to school. Okay, I'm imagining myself going to school.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we go to school and we drop you off at school, and your teacher comes out and she says,
I don't want to go. No, just kidding.
she says, Susie is incredible at math. She's above her class. She's extremely intelligent, but she's not very good at English. You know what I mean? So I Susie goes home and her parents say, listen, Susie, we're not going to have you focus as much as you regularly would on math. We're going to take you away from what you're really good at, and we're going to start to focus you on what you're not good at. So we're going to have you be average at math, and we're going to try to get you to being average at English so that you're just average in everything that you do. That doesn't
they want you to succeed. They want you to pass grades. They're not looking at your gifts. They're not looking at your potentials.
Exactly.
You could be a math genius and be an astronaut in the future, but they just fucked it up.
Exactly. Why would I take you away from what you are completely accelerated in and that you're completely gifted in to have you be average in something else that you're not good at? So what I tell people is, first of all, you got to understand what your time is worth. So if you can pay somebody else to do what you're going to do in 5 hours to do in an hour, and it's going to cost you your hourly pay rate, and for them to just pay them to do it, just pay them to do it. You know what I mean? I understand the creativity behind it. If you want to be creative and you want to take it to that next level, by all means, I am not trying to like stop you from being creative and learning all of those things. But my philosophy is that if you are really good at performing on stage and spitting bars, you shouldn't take time away from doing that. You should find weaknesses within your strength to work on. Obviously, we're not perfect at what we're doing, right? So Susie's really good at math, but maybe she's not as good at calculus, but she's still overly accelerated in calculus. She's way better than 95% of the other students in calculus, but there's a couple of things within calculus that she's weak at focus on those things that are your weaknesses,
Right.
and build your strengths. You know what I mean? So that way you're still focusing on what you're weak at, which is, you know, some of the parts of what you're good at, your strengths are. So I just encourage people to focus on their strengths and then build the weaknesses within their strengths. You know what I mean?
So something that I've learned, like, I have my strengths, right?
Yeah.
But if I get out of my box and try something new, when I get back to my strength, I'm better. Does that make sense?
No,
so like,
no.
especially with music, like, you've got to kind of get out and broaden your horizon, learn different things, open your mind to different, like, vocals and different, you know, there's so much to it. But once you get back to where you're at with your strongest point, you're even better.
Yeah, exactly. But if your strength is music, right, and you're trying different things within music, that's your strength is still music. You're still in your strength zone. You're still at what you're still working on what you're good at. You're just working on weaknesses within your strength. So it's not like you're leaving music to go be like work on cars. You know what I mean? You're not gonna like give up on music or stop. You know, if you practice music for 2 hours a day, you're not gonna say, well, I don't know how to change my own oil, so I'm gonna take an hour every day to go learn how to change my oil and only work on my music for an hour so that I can get really good at changing my oil. No. Go take your car and get somebody else to change your oil for you and pay them, and come back and focus on your strengths and get paid doing what you love to do and what you're good at. But definitely, for sure, if you're in your strength zone and you're a musician and you're really trying to like find a different way to sing something or add a new tone to it.
So you're just talking about category, like complete categories.
Yeah,
so,
yeah.
Okay, so Susie is my name, right?
Sweet.
I was a daydreamer. I would daydream and write stories in my head. I remember second grade. Susie, are you paying attention? And I was just like in my head thinking about like a show I saw with my family, but then I was writing more to it in my head.
Awesome.
And I was like a total daydreamer, and I loved music, and I told my family I was going to be a singer. You're going to be a homemaker. You're going to do this. Right. Like, you're not going to be a singer, or, you know, and so I never stopped that dream. Good. And I'm not professional yet. I'm just starting to like perform and stuff, but that's what I love to do. I love singing. I love writing. So those are my biggest. So why not? Why stop?
You're
you know?
Great. I think Willie Nelson first hit. Yeah, Willie Nelson, I think, was 65 years old when he wrote his first hit song. I think Willie Nelson was like 60 or 65. Like we have plenty of time to do what we're doing.
And he had been performing his whole life.
Yeah. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So some of these big name artists aren't even like making their first hits until they're like 40, 45, 50, 55.
It 60, takes time 65.
You know what I'm saying?
It takes time to get known. It takes time to build up your skills. And it's not just about like you can be a star if you're young. That's cool. Sure. And it's all about, they want to sign you on big when you're young and all that because of but no, it's about, if you're putting yourself out there, it's about what you have in your heart, what you want to share, and how you do it, like you say, community, like how you work with other people, right?
For sure.
So it's just definitely. Never give up. And I see that in you, like you are so strong with what you're doing and you're so excited about what you're learning in school.
Heck yeah.
I just see you going, like, stick to it. Take your own advice, man.
Thank you.
Stick to what you love. You're incredible.
Thank you.
And I'm excited to see you grow even more, and you're already like grown, you know?
Thank you. That means a lot, like a lot. Because the biggest thing I think is to have that support and to be known. It's like you can have the best product in the world, and if nobody knows who you are, that product's going to sit on the shelf, you know? So getting known is like one of the biggest things possible. It's just getting out there, getting known, having people know who you are, what you got going on, and then you're, you know, living off it. So people the most is to help me get known, help tell my story. If people can help me to be recognized and people can help spread my story in a positive way and help build me up and bring more people into supporting me, then that's the biggest thing for me, is just getting known and getting.
And that's what's happening right now with Zoetic Promotions. That's what Zoetic Promotions is about. It's about giving everybody a light and giving you the ability to shine. And this may be just like an hour and a half interview right now, but this is huge. This is like your resume. This is going to be on YouTube forever. This is going to be generating forever. The YouTube's the most permanent one. Facebook, you know, the algorithm, everything just kind of gets swallowed up over time. But you can share this whenever you want, and it's amazing. And you can network with a lot of people. A lot of people will see this and they'll be like, dude, I need a DJ. Or, dude, I love his music. Like, I want to collab. Like, Jaren is badass. I can't wait to hear what you guys are doing.
Yeah, it's going to be amazing. Yeah, the problem shot goes super hard.
You guys are going to have good chemistry. I'm excited to see this. Let me know when it drops. And anytime you drop something new, send it my way. I do this for free. I don't get paid for this shit, but I love it. I have 2 other jobs, but this is my passion. Not only is music, but just interviewing people and shining a light on you. You know,
thank you. I appreciate it. It's exactly what I love too. And the support is unreal. Like, the love is unreal. Just being able to be here and talk with you and like share my story is incredible. So thank you so much.
So I want to know a little bit of a deeper story.
Okay, cool.
Your roots, your childhood. Okay. Like, tell me a little bit about that. Tell me about your beginning in life.
Childhood, born in Provo, Utah, the oldest child. Grew up in Arizona. We moved to Arizona when I was 3. My dad's family's from there. So my dad came out here to go to school, met my mom, swooped her up, married her, took her back to his house in Arizona and back to his part of the town in Arizona. Got a huge family in Arizona. My dad's got 13 brothers and sisters. So it was like massive family, big old house. Yeah. Grandpa had an airplane in his backyard. They used to fly around for our company's business and our family's business, like from different places, California, all over the place to like, you know, interact and so on and so forth. Then just to have a plane, I guess. But so I grew up having a lot of fun, really connected in the community, really connected in the neighborhoods, really connected through the schools, very religious family. When I was like 13 years old, my mom got leukemia and she had 5 miscarriages up to that point. Had a great childhood growing up, played tons of sports, tons of opportunity, tons of love, tons of care. And my mom got sick with leukemia and it kind of flipped everything upside down. The medication was all experimental. So they dropped us from the insurance. And so everything came out of pocket. My mom was like fighting for her life. She had like a 10% chance of living. So it was like every day we'd get up and we didn't know if our mom was going to make it through the day. Her spleen inside of her body was looking at her blood platelets as something that was bad for the body. So your platelets clot your blood. So anytime you get a cut or you bump your arm and you get a bruise, your platelets stop you from bleeding. So it stops your body from hemorrhaging or bleeding out, and it allows your body to like heal. So her body was destroying anything that would help clot her blood. So if she would bump her arm, she could internally bleed out and die. If she'd get a cut, it would not stop bleeding. And the problem was she had a 5th miscarriage and she wouldn't stop hemorrhaging and bleeding. You know what I mean? From like when she had a miscarriage. So it was
she had all these problems and she was having miscarriages and pregnancies.
Yeah. So, the last miscarriage she had, she wouldn't stop bleeding. And so they did blood tests and they were like, you have a very, very rare form of leukemia. We don't know how long you're going to live. You have like a 10% chance of living, but we're going to try some experimental medication that might work, but it's probably not going to work, but we're going to try to save you anyway. So they put her on prednisone, which was absolutely absolutely crazy.
Why?
I don't know.
Oh my God. That's like a steroid.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, exactly. So
it puts the cuts on steroids. So if she got cut, was it worse?
I don't know. Like, I was so young at the time. I was like 13. I didn't know why any of the medication was or what it was, but they put her on prednisone and it just caused so many problems for her, so many like physical problems for her. But it ended up saving her life. But it took like 5 years for the medication to really change the way things were going. So like, I kind of gave up on God. I kind of gave up on caring about much of anybody or anything. I was being prepared. At the time, I didn't know, but I was being prepared for my mom to die. So I was kind of like being numbed to the idea of losing one of my parents. You know what I mean? So I was sneaking out. My dad was taking a lot of attention. to his wife. So he'd pay attention to her a lot. He'd go like to her bedside, or he'd go to the hospital with her, and he'd spend a lot of time with her. So it went from a lot of focus from our parents on what we were doing as children and being, raised in sports or getting our schoolwork done, to like mom and dad are trying not to die. You know what I mean? So I started rebelling. I started sneaking out, started smoking weed, started drinking, started like sleeping around, started like, getting into a lot of trouble, vandalizing stuff, breaking stuff, got into the idea of like graffiti, started doing graffiti, started tattooing, started partying, you know what I mean? Started, just going crazy, just committing crimes and getting into problems, getting into fights, beating people up, you know what I'm saying? Crazy stuff. So I was wild for a real long time. I got to a real low point in life when I was like 24, 25 years old. I was down bad for like a year and a half. Was really going through some problems. I was going from like homie's house to homie's house, like just not trying to get my shit together. I was like not trying to go to school. I was not trying to have a job. I was not trying to do anything, dude. I was just trying to like flip my dope sack and not go to prison, not go to jail, and like just be on my hustle. So eventually, a friend of mine got shot and killed here in Utah, and I was like living in this like little side house, and I was partying. I had a girl at the time, and I was like, you know what I'm saying, doing my own thing, flipping my sack, re-upping, flipping my sack, re-upping, flipping my sack, re-upping, trying to like get some money, trying to stay out of jail. I was running from probation. I was just being a thug. You know what I mean? And my mom called me one morning, and I was never talking to my mom at the time. And my mom was like, yo, what are you doing? Where are you at? Are you okay? And I was like, what? Like, she doesn't talk to me like that. You know what I mean? So my mom hates me. And so I was like, yeah, I'm fine. Why? What's wrong? She was like, Jesse's dead, and he's been shot and killed in the street. He's on KSL right now. I just want to know where you're at. Make sure that you're not with him and that you're all right. And I'm like, yeah, I'm totally good. Last time I saw him was like 2 or 3 days ago. I'm not with him. You know what I mean? She was like, okay, good. I just wanted to make sure you're all right. So that kind of like sparked an idea of change in my life. I was like, yo, okay, homie's dead. My boy has been shot and killed. This is like the first real big loss that's connected to me. I've had friends that were lost through the dope scene where they're like overdosed, you know what I'm saying, and died. And like women that had overdosed and died that I knew through the dope scene or whatnot, but it wasn't as close to hitting it home as home as this. Like this guy taught me how to tattoo. We had tons of fun together. We had a really good friendship for a really long time, and we had a falling out for about a year before he died, year and a half before he died. But we're still friends, still lifelong friends. You know what I mean? So, and then I started to get my life together, started to pull my shit together, moved to Arizona to clean my life up, change my life, started working for my family's chemical business, went to jail out there for like 2 months on a warrant that was like 8 years old or 6 years old. It was like right before the warrant was going to fall off my record or something like that. So I went in, they were like, we're not letting you out. You haven't paid your warrant in like 6 years. You're going to stay in jail and work it off. So I was like, cool. So I was in the tents for like 2 months, worked that off, got back out. My grandpa was like, you can have your job back. I'm gonna give you a second chance. I was like, shoo. All right, cool. So they gave me a second chance, and I started cleaning my life up as soon as I got out of the tents. I was like, yo, this is crazy. And then I ran into somebody else, and they were like, yo, I know where your boy's at. Yo, you should go link with them and talk to him. Like, I know how good you guys are as friends. And I was like, yo, I'm on a path right now where I'm getting clean and sober. I'm not trying to kick it. I'm not trying to hang out. Like, just let him know if he wants to clean his life up, he could hit me up, tell him I'm trying to stay sober. I'm not trying to chill. So she was like, okay, cool. And like a month and a half later, I got a phone call. He had overdosed and died. So I was like,
oh, fuck.
Yo, crazy, right? So these are the two closest homies. These are the two closest homies that I had in my life over the past like 5 to 6, 7, 8 years. So those are the two closest people to me. Both of them died. And that one shocked me. That one just like rocked my world. So I was like, yo, this is crazy. I'm doing this for real. And I reprioritized my life. It was almost like a do or die type thing. And I took my life like full on and like rewrote everything I was doing, got my own apartment, stayed clean and sober. I've been clean and sober for 7 years, and really started focusing on what I wanted to do, which was music. So I finally came down to the conclusion, look, bro, I'm trying to be a musician, but I got to pay my bills. You know what I'm saying? So I really focused in on going to work every single day, staying clean and sober, working out, eating healthy, drinking my protein shakes, lifting weights, writing in a journal, trying to find some type of spiritual connection with God and what God had.
And keeping yourself really busy.
Yeah.
That's probably something that helps distract you when you're trying to change
For sure, for sure. So I just a huge wake up for me. You know what I mean? So and ever since then, I haven't ever like stopped grinding towards like what I want to be. But it took me having two friends die. You know, so that's kind of where my stories was at till I got back to Utah. And I got back to Utah and I picked up a job working in inventory control in a warehouse. And I worked there for like 6 years, went through school for a business degree, graduated with a 3.78 in business management with an associate's degree, rocked that whole entire, killed that program, dude. Rocked that. I mean, I'm telling you, you put a course in front of me and I ate it for breakfast. You know what I'm saying? Like real talk. But
Nice.
it wasn't what I wanted to do. You know what I mean? It was something that my parents asked me to do. My parents asked me to go to business school. They were like, you should go to business school. And I was like, yo, sounds good. Let's do it. So I dedicated 3 years of my life to do that. And then after I graduated with such high grades and like where my priorities were at, I was like, look, I need your guys' respect and I need your guys' blessing to do what I want to do. Is it okay if I go to school for music? I'm gonna go to a music university next. And they were like, yeah, that's totally fine. If you want to go to school for music, go to school for music. I was like, let's go. So somebody at Hive Minded Studios was like, you should look into going to Berkeley. Berkeley Online's got some incredible courses. You should go to Berkeley Online. They got some incredible opportunities there. So I was like, yeah, let's do that. So I signed up for Berkeley Online and I've been rocking it with music through Berkeley Online like ever since. Like school is just incredible, and it's created so much more support and so many more like-minded people, because I'm talking to professors now that want me to be successful with live shows, and they want me to be successful with music management, and they want me to be successful with DJing. So anytime that I reach out to these individuals, whether they're on tour with Travis Scott or Red Hot Chili Peppers, I can be like, yo, Teach, I was in your class. I hope you remember me, which I'm sure he does remember me from grading all my assignments. And I'm like, I'm looking at this DJ. I got a DJ gig coming up and I need to plug all this stuff in. And I don't know if these plugs are going to hold all this amperage or whatnot. What voltage and yardage or like wattage do I need? And he's like, you're going to need a 30 volt, plug, and it should be a normal volt plug. And I'm like, yo, thank you so much. So it's just like these people who are like supporting me and connecting me and driving me forward to make it a profession. You know what I mean? Instead of sitting in an accounting class, it's like, well, if you choose to, you could probably go to like 60 different businesses around you at this point in time within a 25-mile radius. And you could be like, hey, I'm an accounting student and I'm trying to do accounting for you. Would you like me to do your accounting? And they'd be like, sure, you could train with our accountant for a while. But you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want to be an accountant. Like, it's nothing against accountants. I love accountants.
Boring.
I need to help. It's not my passion. So
it's boring. Like you're probably sitting there with your music in your ear, like
right, exactly. Like, yo, what time do I get to go home? I'm trying to go on lunch and like, promote my music. But so that's where I'm at now. It's like things are so beautiful and things have opened up. My management team is incredible. I've got an incredible relationship with my parents and my family and my siblings.
That's dope. That's so cool.
Yeah, dude. Music is
like Sonny said, that's a hell of a comeback.
Yeah,
And
it's been wild. It's been wild for sure. Come back for sure.
And that takes a lot of fucking courage and a lot of strength.
Thank you.
That's really badass.
Thank you.
That's cool.
And this is what I'm trying to do. You know what I mean? Hopefully things will open up where I meet like a touring artist who's making a bunch of money off their headlining acts, and they say something along the lines like, yo, dude, if you come on tour with me and your support, I'll pay you a certain amount. I'll pay you enough to like get through tour and pay a little bit of your bills. You know what I'm saying? And then we'll just keep putting you on shows and keep putting you on shows until eventually I was headlining acts myself, and I can turn back to the community with like my boys and the dudes that I'm rocking with. You know what I'm saying? And the dudes and the women that I'm rocking with. And I'm like, yo, bro, you want to go? You want to go on tour? Like, I'm gonna take you on tour. I got 25 cities that we're about to hit right now. I'm getting 3,000 from every show. You know what I'm saying? I got 20% to management. I could throw you like $100 or $150 a show and then give you like a $25 per diem every single day for food. That and send it home and like pay your bills. You could do that. Or you could, you know what I'm saying, come out on tour and get some exposure and like get in front of these audiences and network and build connections and then just pay it forward and like build these artists as well, So trying to make it where my profession's at. I love what I do, but man, trying to make this, I'm trying to gold albums and platinum albums, and like it's what I'm trying to do for real.
So I'm sure you have it all written out, like your goals.
So
on a board.
So I got those like that
like
DJ board I showed you. Yeah, that
Mhm.
DJ board I showed you is like one of like 5 or 6 different projects I'm working on. I got a vision board right here. I'm trying to, you know what I mean, manifest like 1.5 before 2024 is over. And trying to
So
accomplish that, you know.
you'll have no problem manifesting the way you're working. Like, look
Appreciate
at
it.
you.
Thank you.
The way
Thank you. I
you've got
appreciate
it
it.
all you've got it all planned out and projected. You're ready for it.
Yeah, heck
That's
yeah. So
amazing.
and
Yeah.
the biggest thing I got to remember though is like if I do get signed or if there is a large amount of money that comes into my life, what I really want to do is take it to somebody who's a financial planner. You know what I'm saying? So that way I can make sure that my bills are paid for a certain amount of time so that I can really focus in on the music. So if they give me a lump sum or I get that 1.5, I'm able to pay my bills for the next and not have to have a full-time job and then be able to focus on music full time, whether from home for 2 or 3 months out of the year, and the rest of the time I'm on tour. I got all that paid off, but financial advisor is where it's going to be at for sure if I get that money. And then daily schedules, like every single day, I got a schedule that's written out. It's changing just a little bit. It'll probably change within the next week or so. I'm filling it out because I got a different job at different hours, but for the most part, everything is right where it needs to be. For what I'm trying to do, I just got to change the times on certain things that I'm accomplishing goals at. But man, I'm trying to make this happen for real. Like for real, for real.
Well, hell yeah. You've got a lot of vision, a lot of
Yeah.
fire, dude. It's almost 2 hours and it feels like we've been talking for 20 minutes.
Sorry. I'm
Like,
like keeping it short.
no, it feels like 20 minutes for me. Like I'm kind of the same way. Once I focus on something, it's like we go in depth into it and we figure this shit out, or we, you know.
Yeah, let's get it
So
for sure.
I seriously, I feel like we really got to know a lot about you and appreciate it. And there's probably so much more. And
Yeah.
if when you're done with school, if you want to like train, I would love to learn a little bit from you.
Anytime
So
you're out,
yeah,
it doesn't even have to be when I'm out of school. Anytime I'm around, like if you're rocking with Gully Gang, like you'll hear me, you'll hear me like in a lot of the songs, like screaming out Gully Gang, like talking about Gully Gang or whatnot. It's just a family, it's just a group. Like I don't know what you have to do to be a juggalo, and I don't know what you have to be like Lace Up or like anybody else that has like the the groups and the families and the followings that they've got like a cult like following or whatnot, but it's all love. Anytime people got questions, just consider yourself family. Like anybody who wants to rock with Gully Gang, just consider yourself Gully Gang. Like you don't got to do anything special except want to be a part of the movement, want to be a part of the family, and respect the music.
nice.
Yeah. So you already on. Any questions you got, just hit me, and I'm like all about it. Like I tell you,
Oh,
help you
yeah.
with whatever I can.
Appreciate you, man. And I
Yeah.
think it's time to end the interview. I love your music, and I'll be rocking it for the rest of time. And I
Cool.
hope
Hell
all
yeah.
of you enjoyed this interview. And you're welcome back anytime you want to come back.
Thank you. I hope you have me again. That'd be incredible.
And thank you for sending the merch too. We'll have to
Yeah.
talk about linking up about for that. And
Yep.
yeah, it's exciting. The raffle's going to
Cool.
be pretty dope.
Cool.
So
Hell yeah. Let me know.
much love. Still
Much love.
undefeated. Appreciate you, man. And
Yeah. Appreciate you too.
hope everybody enjoyed this interview. And you
I
guys
did.
all have an amazing night.